They call it profiling. It's a tool, a weapon really, in the arsenal of law enforcement. We use it to hunt the most dangerous game out there, human predators. When a killer strikes, they leave more than just a body behind. They leave a piece of themselves. Their fingerprints are all over the scene, not just the ones you can dust for. We're talking about psychological fingerprints. Profiling is about getting inside the mind of a killer. It's about taking the chaos of a crime scene and imposing order on it. We look for patterns, for clues that tell us who did this, and more importantly, why they did it. This isn't some psychic mumbo-jumbo. It's about analyzing evidence, understanding human behavior, and putting together a puzzle that often has more missing pieces than not. The stakes are always high. Lives are on the line. Profiling gives us a fighting chance to catch these monsters before they can hurt anyone else. By understanding the darkness, we can hopefully find a way to prevent it. In the early days, profiling was more art than science. We relied on gut instinct, experience, and a healthy dose of intuition. We'd look at a crime scene and try to get a feel for the person who committed the crime. Were they organized or disorganized? Did they know the victim, or was it a random attack? We started noticing patterns, things that kept popping up at different crime scenes. We realized that certain types of crimes were often committed by certain types of people. It was like putting together a puzzle. The more pieces we had, the clearer the picture became. Then came the FBI's behavioral science unit. We started studying serial killers, interviewing them, trying to understand what made them tick. We collected data, analyzed it, and started developing a more scientific approach to profiling. We were making the world a safer place, one case at a time. Robert Ressler, brilliant, dedicated, and a pioneer in the field of criminal profiling. We spent countless hours together interviewing some of the most notorious serial killers in history. Ted Bundy, Ed Kemper, Richard Speck. We sat across the table from them, delving into their minds, trying to understand the darkness that lurked within. These weren't social calls. These were grueling, often terrifying encounters. But we learned a great deal from those interviews. We learned about their childhoods, their fantasies, their motivations. We began to see patterns emerge, common threads that linked these killers together. We were moving away from the traditional whodunit approach and focusing more on the whodunit. We wanted to know what made these killers tick, what drove them to commit such horrific acts. We were making a difference. Walk into a crime scene and it hits you like a punch to the gut. The violence, the raw emotion, the sheer brutality of it all. But amidst the chaos, there's a story waiting to be told. The crime scene is a canvas, and the killer is the artist. Our job is to decipher their work, to understand the language of their madness. We look for clues, for any detail that might help us understand the killer's state of mind. Was the crime scene organized, meticulously planned out, or was it disorganized, a chaotic jumble of evidence? The answer can tell us a lot about the killer. An organized crime scene suggests a killer who is in control, methodical, and deliberate. They plan their crimes carefully and take steps to avoid detection. A disorganized crime scene, on the other hand, suggests a killer who is impulsive, reckless, and possibly suffering from a mental illness. By carefully analyzing the crime scene, we can begin to build a profile of the killer, and with each piece of the puzzle, we get one step closer to bringing them to justice. Criminals, even the most depraved, are creatures of habit. They have comfort zones, areas where they feel safe and secure, and they tend to operate within those zones, especially when it comes to selecting their victims. That's where geographic profiling comes in. Geographic profiling is all about using the locations of a series of crimes to pinpoint the killer's likely residence or base of operations. We plot the crimes on a map, looking for patterns in the geography, the demographics, the transportation routes. It's like connecting the dots, except the dots are crime scenes, and the lines we draw can lead us right to the killer's doorstep. We look for what we call the anchor point. This is the location that is most important to the killer, often their home, workplace, or some other place where they spend a significant amount of time. The crimes will often cluster around this anchor point, radiating outward like spokes on a wheel. Geographic profiling is a powerful tool, but it's not foolproof. When used in conjunction with other investigative techniques, geographic profiling can be an invaluable asset in the hunt for a predator.